Let's take a look at some examples of writing and then solving inequalities. Connor went to the county fair with $22.50 in his pocket. He bought a hot dog and a drink, must have had a deal there for $3.75, and wanted to spend the rest of his money on ride tickets, which cost $125 each. Anytime each, for every, per. This is the one we're going to be multiplying by. So when it says write an inequality to represent the total spent when R is the number of tickets purchased. Okay. He already bought his hot dog and drink. I'm going to start there. $3.75. That's done. But in addition to that, he wants to buy tickets that cost $1.25 each. So we're going to go $1.25 times R. That means multiplying. Don't put a dot in between it. It just means that. And somehow, some way, that has to add up to his total of $22.50. Now, he doesn't have to spend that $22.50, but he can't spend more, right? So he needs to spend less than that. Can he spend what's equal to it? Can he spend exactly $22.50? Sure. So we're going to put an equality sign there, okay? So again, I know this is what he had in his pocket, so that's what I'm trying to work towards. That's our total, and that's why I put that over here. Now, Connor wants to use this inequality to determine if he can purchase 10 tickets. R is the number of tickets purchased. So this means right here, R equals 10. Use substitution, meaning we're going to take 10 and we're going to input it for R to show whether he'll have enough money. So I'm going to take $3.75 plus $1.25 times 10. R represents the number of tickets, 10 tickets. And I'm wondering, is that going to be less than or equal to, you don't have to pick which one. As long as it makes one of them true, we're good. Less than or equal to $22.50. Okay? So now, use your calculator and simplify. We're going to multiply first. Okay? So this is $3.75 plus $1.25 times 10 is $12.50. And I want to know, is that less than or equal to $22.50? And then I add these together, and I get $16.25. Is that less than or equal to $22.50? Yes! Connor can buy 10 tickets. All right, so if he wants to buy 10, he's good, okay? But what if Connor wants to know, well, 10's great. Could I buy 11? Could I buy 12? Could I buy 13? Instead of doing all of that math, we can do it one time and figure out how many tickets he can buy. So this is called solving the inequality. And the good news is we're going to solve these inequalities just like we solved equations. So I'm going to rewrite my inequality down here. $3.75 plus $1.25 times R is less than or equal to $22.50. Okay, so if you remember, I would put lines around my equal sign here. So when I was talking about each side, I knew what I was talking about. Same exact way we're solving here. So if I'm solving for my R, I'm going to solve for my R term, and I got to get rid of whatever's being added on or subtracted from, right? Order of operations backwards. So what can I combine with $3.75 to make it go away? Negative $3.75, or think of it as minus $3.75. Whatever I do to one side of the inequality, now we're doing it to the other side too. So I'm also going to subtract $3.75 from the other side. I double check to make sure these are opposites. If they're opposites, they add to 0, and I just bring down what's left. 1.25 times R, I bring down my inequality, and then I just subtract this and I get $18.75. Okay? So I've undone this addition. Now I've got to undo this multiplication. What undoes multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide both sides. Okay? 1.25 divided by 1.25 is 1R. And if you grab your calculator and go 18.75 divided by 1.25, you get 15. Now, there is going to be something later on we're going to talk to with solving inequalities. There is one slight difference from an equation to inequality when we're solving it, and it involves if you multiply or divide by a negative. which is why in the last lesson we spent some time on that. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll get to it later. We divided by a positive. We're good. We bring our inequality symbol straight down. Okay? So R, the number of tickets, has to be less than or equal to 15. So this 15 here is our max number of tickets. Okay, that's the most Connor can buy. All right, one more example. Write and solve an inequality. It's going to be really important, guys, that you write the inequality first to represent the following problem. On a particular airline, check bags can weigh no more than 50 pounds, all right? So again, this right here is my total. Sally packed 32 pounds of clothes and then 5 identical gifts in a suitcase that weigh 8. Let me stop. 5 identical gifts in a suitcase, and the suitcase weighs 8 pounds. The 5 identical gifts don't weigh 8 pounds, all right? So let's think about it again. I'm going to think about it with 50 being my total over there. She packed 32 pounds of clothes, 5 identical gifts. So if each gift weighed 1 pound, we'd go 5 times 1. If each gift weighed 2 pounds, we'd go 5 times 2. If each gift weighed 3 pounds, we'd go 5 times 3. Okay? So I'm going to add to that 5 times the number, the weight of the gifts. I'll use G. Again, this means multiplying. But we have to pay attention to our suitcase because our suitcase also weighs 8 pounds. All right, now it can weigh no more than 50. So can it be greater than 50? No, it has to be less than 50. If it says no more than 50, can it be exactly 50? Yes. Okay. So now, again, we're just concerned today with solving inequalities just like we solve equations. So I put my lines around my inequality so I can remember what each side is. Now remember, we have to simplify first. I have like terms. Remember all that time we spent with like terms? Can I add 32 and 8 together? Yeah, 32 plus 8 is 40. So I can make this problem simpler by taking care of the 32 and 8, putting it together give me 40. And then I just have 40 plus 5g is less than or equal to 50. Now, what are we solving for? 5g. So what do we have to get rid of? That 40. What can I combine with 40 to make it go away? Well, a negative 40 or minus 40. Whatever I do to one side of our inequality symbol, got to do to the other. 40 minus 40 or plus negative 40 is 0. Gone. Canceled. Bring down my 5 times g. Bring down my inequality. 50 minus 40 or 50 plus negative 40 is 10. How do I undo this multiplication? Well, I divide. Whatever I do to one side, I do the other. 5 divided by 5 is 1g. That's what we wanted. We wanted to know the weight of our gifts, and that's what g represents. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So our gifts can be no more than 2 pounds. Okay, the gifts have to be less than or equal to 2 pounds in order for Sally not to pay a fee to pack this checked bag. Okay, so solving inequalities, same thing as solving equations. But be careful when we're setting things up. Maybe kind of ask yourself, if it says no more, what does that mean? Remember, I always put the numbers down and then I paid attention to that inequality. But again, this should look very familiar because it's what we were doing when we were working with equations.